Hey, this is Chris. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to Popcorn Finance, the show where we discuss finance and about the time it takes to make a bag of popcorn. If you didn't know, I have another podcast. It comes with a co-host, and her name is Allison Baggerly from Inspired Budget. How's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for having me here, which kind of feels weird because I'm used to being with you over there on This Is Awkward. I'm making this awkward.
And Allison and I hang out in the other part of the internet to do a podcast called This Is Awkward. We've been doing it for what, 3 months now? 4 months?
Yeah,
since March.
It's been great. Since March 2020, right before everything just fell apart, basically.
Hey, well, thanks for joining me. It's always good to talk with you again. And today you're going to help me answer a question that I got from Annah in our DMs. We actually got this for This Is Awkward, but we felt it was a much better popcorn finance question than This Is Awkward question. So
because it's not super awkward, right?
No, it's not awkward. It's just a tough money situation that a bunch of people find themselves in. So let's help Anna out and not be awkward. I don't know if you can manage it.
I don't think I can. I'm not making any promises. No promises here.
Okay, so here's Anna's message. She said, I'm 20 years old. I work full-time as well as going to school full-time, and I recently bought a brand new car in 2019. I'm so focused on paying off this car as soon as possible that I'm making double and sometimes triple payments if my paycheck allows. I have a goal of paying it off by November 2021, but with me making all these extra payments, I keep going negative in my account, and I end up having to transfer money out of my savings to cover myself each payday. This has happened every single month since January. I want to pay less, but I really want to reach my goal so bad and don't want to disappoint myself. What do you suggest? So this is a great question. Anna, thanks for being open and sending this over. Allison, I'll give this to you because to me, this is like in your wheelhouse right here. You're the budget master, and I feel like I got to give you the first swing at this question here.
You know, I want you to repeat that last sentence because that really struck something in me. Go ahead and repeat that last sentence that she said about not wanting to.
She said, I want to pay less, but I want to reach my goal so bad and don't want to disappoint myself.
She doesn't want to disappoint herself. This has nothing to do with her disappointing herself. She needs to let go of that negative emotion and instead say, I am proud of the progress I've made. And no matter what, whether or not I hit this November 2021 goal, I will not be disappointed in my incredible progress. Because instead of looking at everything she has accomplished, she's saying, oh my gosh, what if I don't accomplish this tiny little amount? And that's what's messing with her mind, I personally think. And I know because I've been there, right? We were supposed to be debt-free in March of a year and it got pushed back to August. And it's like, I felt so disappointed, but then I'm like, wait a minute. No, life happens. Instead, be proud of what you have achieved. I
love that. You know, this is a completely different direction that I was going to go on this, but I really do love that answer because you're right. She's beating herself up for she set a really big goal for herself. I mean, paying this car off in looks like roughly about 2 years. That's a huge goal.
Yeah, that is.
And I think she's maybe has a little guilt about buying a new car. I'm sure someone in her life is like, that was dumb. You know, people like to comment on how you spend your money. That's a common theme with friends and family. And so I'm sure she's put a lot of pressure on herself to show, hey, look, I can do this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to be very responsible. And she's beating herself up for something that it's good to set big goals, but maybe this was just a little too intense of a goal to set for herself.
Well, it's good. It's also good to set big goals, and it's okay if you don't reach them. It's okay. It is good to set big goals, but it's okay to be proud of where you land, whether that is at the goal, whether that is short of the goal, or whether that is past the goal. And I think that since January, she's clearly sending too much to her car payment. She even said it's only a couple of dollars. So even if she pulls back by $50 a month, it's not going in the big scheme of things, in the big scheme of her life, in the big scheme of paying off this car, that is not going to hurt her. And ultimately, she should instead turn it around and say, I am so grateful to have an income that provides me to pay off this car. And I am so proud that I am 21 years old? Is that how old she is?
She's 20 years old.
20 years old, 20-year-old girl who is looking forward to paying off a car. Like, girlfriend, oh my goodness, you are going to go so far. You're going to be able to do so many things, because I can guarantee you other 20-year-olds do not care about debt. They're not concerned about it.
No.
So I think that taking a step back and having a little bit of perspective, because when you're in it, when you're in the trenches, you get so laser focused on something, take a step back, look at it as a whole, and be proud. Just have a moment to sit in that feeling of just being proud of what you are trying to do. And then just say, even if I don't hit it by November, I'm awesome for what I'm doing. And this just goes to show you what I am capable of and how I'm going to do incredible things in this world.
I love that. That is the best way to look at this, because even if you don't hit it, you're going to pay this car off probably years earlier than I'm sure that the bank or the dealership wants you to pay it off. So you're doing great. And, even if you fall short, it's going to be a huge accomplishment. So Allison, for Anna here, what would be something you would say to help her kind of get on track and kind of clean up this situation, and so she feels a little bit better, but also can not fall into this cycle of, going negative on her bank account?
Yeah. I think that when she reached out to us, she was expecting like step 1, step 2, step 3, and there's your answer, right? Like, I'm giving her a less black and white answer when I'm telling her to deal with her emotions of it. But I do think that so many of our emotions our money is affected by our emotions.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would say deal with that. And then also it's okay to say, I'm going to, $50 less than what you were doing, so that you're not continuing to go into savings. Because what's happening is that she has this goal. She sees she might not reach this goal. So she sends more than she can. And then she feels bad that she has to pull money out of savings. So it's just like this double hit every single month of feeling shame about herself, feeling shame that she might not reach that goal, shame that she has to pull money out of savings. Let go of the shame, girl. Send $50 less a month. If that means you pay off the car by December or January, like, you still paid off a car. But you let go of that shame, and you are just going to feel more at peace, and it's going to allow you to feel proud of what you're doing.
You hear that, Anna? That was great advice. Stop beating yourself up. You're doing a great job. You're 20 years old. When I was 20, I don't know what I was doing with my money, but I can tell you don't have any of that money that I had when I was 20, because I was spending it all. So
you know what I was doing when I was 20? Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed to say this. When I was 20, I was using student loans to fund my life that didn't include paying for school, like just random things I wanted, going to Europe, all these things. And I remember my mom being like, you're going to have to pay that money back one day. And me being like, no, I won't. Like, it's not, like, I literally, like, my little brain couldn't comprehend that I couldn't see so far in the future that one day I would be making a monthly payment on these bills, on these student loans. I couldn't, my 20-year-old brain was like, nah, they're not going to ask me for money.
They're going to forget all about me.
I'm going to be a teacher. We can't pay for that. Like, what are you talking about? No, like, that was me at 20. So, Anna, girl, you're rocking it. You are killing it. You are in such a good position. Keep doing it. Lay off $50 a month. Give yourself a little wiggle room, and you will still get there. And I bet when you lay off, whenever you find that you have less shame, you're less stressed about it, I feel like money is just going to come to you. Whether it's in the form of a gift or overtime. Like, I bet when you accept it and you find pride in yourself for it and you celebrate it, like, I just feel like money, you're just going to attract money that you're going to be able to throw at it. And I bet you'll still hit November goal.
Anna, thank you so much for that question. And Allison, thank you for the great answer. And if you listening here, you're like, you know what? I like that Allison. I want to see more. She's decent.
She's decent.
She seems like a decent person. Where can I go find more of her? Allison, why don't you tell them? Where can they go look into what you're doing?
Well, if you're listening to podcasts, then you should go check out This Is Awkward, where Chris and I have our own podcast together. So you're already on the podcast app. Go over there. Otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram @InspiredBudget, or even go to inspiredbudget.com. I would love to have you.
if you like, and I was just giving Allison a hard time, but if you like this type of encouragement and someone who's going to be there for you and help you get through your situation while also sharing some of the struggles she's had, Inspired Budget is a great place to go because you're very open, you're very honest, and I think people love that, and that's why they're there following you and looking at your journey and learning from you. So thank you, Allison, for joining me on this side of the internet over here for Popcorn Finance, and looking forward to doing another This Is Awkward pretty soon.
Yes, thanks for having me, Chris. It's always a pleasure.
Your boy keep it poppin' like Mary Poppins.